Good afternoon, everyone. In 1979, when I was 3 and a half, I created that masterpiece, Spider, for my Uncle Roger's birthday. My parents sent it to him in Paris, France, where he'd moved after graduating from college. I'd like to share the story of how that spider returned to me. Roger was a playwright whose works were just beginning to be produced when he sadly passed away at the age of 31. Over the years, a few of his scripts and short stories found their way to me, but they remained on a shelf unread, nothing more than a sentimental keepsake. Recently, my aunt found a box stuffed with letters that friends and family sent Roger while he was living in Paris from 1978 to 1980. Unbeknownst to anyone, my grandmother had tucked the box in the far reaches of a closet, unearthed only after she passed away 2 years ago. My aunt gave me that box of letters to add to my collection of Roger's writings. Curious, I rifled through and found a letter from my parents. When I opened the envelope, a piece of brown paper fluttered onto my lap, and I gently unfolded it and found the spider I had created 45 years earlier. Suddenly and unexpectedly, I found myself staring at a piece of my own history. A childhood token I have no memory of creating has triggered a quest that's turned into a minor obsession and the impetus for this project. The fellowship provided the time and opportunity for me to finally read Roger's plays and short stories and the nearly 450 postcards, letters, and telegrams stuffed inside that box. Now, before you can understand the impact of what the letters reveal, you need to understand his other writings. Literary analysis of Roger's extant plays and short stories reveal an obsession with loneliness and isolation. Each of his works center a character who either lives alone or faces exile, sometimes even self-imposed exile. It is highly likely that Roger exiled himself to Paris because he was keeping a secret from his family, the fact that he was gay. However, the letters reveal that he did not keep that secret from anyone else. While in Paris, Roger had relationships with multiple men from whom he received some rather explicit love letters. His male friends recount their experiences in the gay cities and the gay scenes of San Francisco, Sacramento, and Los Angeles. Roger returned to California in 1980 and unfortunately contracted AIDS and passed away in 1987, 2 weeks before I turned 12. The portrait of Roger created through the combination of the letters in his writings raises uncomfortable questions for me and for the rest of my family that have reverberated across generations. How did Roger reconcile the love for his family that comes through in the letters when that family seemed intent on making him keep secrets? What happened when that secret sexuality collided with the diagnosis of a very visible disease that caused a lot of fear? And how do I, a queer, non-binary person, reconcile who I am today with the person I was raised to be, someone whose religion taught me that homosexuality is a sin? Using Roger's writings and the letters, along with interviews of living relatives and stories pulled from my own life, I've begun interrogating these and other questions as I've continued to push my research forward. I've begun a collaboration with the Villanova French department to translate dozens of letters written in French, and I've started a series with my classmates in the theater department to hear Roger's plays out loud for the first time. Honoring his creative legacy by creating a piece of my own, this research project has become the foundation for a solo play I am currently writing and will present next semester as my Master of Arts capstone. Thank you.